Hi there, my name's Dan. This is my first video. What I'm going to be looking at is a British Premier League team. Not too expensive. There are a few players in there that are going to be a bit of a, not necessarily for people making a budget team, but overall there are definitely more expensive teams than this. Right, so you'll see my team's Gold Swagger FC. Better get used to that name. You'll be seeing it if you're playing a lot of League One over the next few weeks. Let's have a quick look. We'll start with a manager. I've got 4-3-3 by the way. The reason I like this, I love having wingers. I love having them cut inside, but also having that solid defence and midfield at the same time. Gone for the manager of Arsenal, Wenger. Let's look at the bench to start with. So let's give you an idea who's in my main team, because these are not. On the bench, got De Gea first as the goalkeeper. Solid, dependable. You know what you're getting really. Left back of Santon, quick, pacey left back, track back and get, track down wingers, that kind of thing, and also join the attack if need be. Smalling, nice pacey defender. You'll see in a bit. I like my players all to have a bit of pace on them. I think that's essential in the new Ultimate Team, really. Don't see many teams that don't rely on the pace at the moment. Czech Tiote nearly made it into the first team. You have no idea. Like, he's such a good player, because you know how grumpy he looks in his picture. But he's got all-round good stats, but he just didn't quite make the cut. But I'd love to bring him on. He always seems to control the field no matter what. Oxlade-Chamberlain, gotta love the Ox on the left wing. 89 pace, 82 dribbling. He can beat most people. He seems to get into a scoring position a lot. The only thing I do not like about him is his shooting is quite low. So it doesn't necessarily, when he does get into that position, he's not always guaranteed to slide it away. You'll see though, in most teams I would still have him in. He's fantastic, but you'll see I've got someone slightly better in that position anyway. Aaron Lennon is a personal favourite of mine. 92 pace, 84 dribbling. Again, suffers the same downfall as Oxlade-Chamberlain in his shooting. Not too much going on in terms of defending or heading to win those balls when shot by the keeper as well. My last sub today is Hernandez. He's got blister and pace. Literally the only reason I have him. Bring him on at the end of the game when I think their defenders might be getting a bit tired, and he can slice them up. I don't think he's good enough to have for the old game. Sorry if you're a Man United or Mexico fan, but that's just how I believe it. So let's start with the actual team then. Right, we'll have a look at the goalkeeper. First person we have here is the gangster that is Petr Cech. Now, I don't think there's anyone more dependable. Obviously Joe Hart is amazing, but I personally think Joe Hart and Cech essentially have pretty similar things going on. They're both ridiculously tall and have good stats around the board. The only thing is Petr Cech's about less than half the price. 14,500 I got for him. Amazing. Can you? I can't think of any other keepers that are better than that for that sort of price. So on the right hand side I've gone for Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker is the most weirdly priced player in this game. I'd say as far as right backs go, they've kind of made him one of the better right backs on Ultimate Team really. 91 pace, but still has 77 defending, 78 heading, 70 passing. The only downside is I think Kyle Walker does like to get forward, which I love because I play in a very attacking mentality. So you might find him lost up front when they're making making an attack, but he does obviously, he is worthy of keeping in the team. He can track back on those wingers, make sure that they don't just go flying past, because 90% of the time he's going to be better pace than they are. I only paid 2,600 for him. Personally, there are people in, if you was making a Serie A team, for example, you had a Barté, you'd be looking to drop in 8k on a player with basically the same stats. We'll jump straight over to the left back now. On the left we have the, I absolutely love this kid, Kieran Gibbs. He's got a low overall stat, and I appreciate that his heading's not great, his shooting's not great. He's probably got some stats that we can't see on here right now that are causing that to go down. But essentially, considering, look at him, 1,400 coins I paid for this fella. 84 pence, 75 defending, 74 passing. Same story as Kyle Walker. Both of these kids are going to be getting up front, getting involved in that attack, which is exactly what I want in this particular attacking team. I've got the centre mids and the two centre backs to do all the defending, and both of these can just run back in the blink of an eye if they do sense a counter attack coming, which is perfect. At the back I've got one major beast from Belgium, Vermaelen. He is super pacey for a centre-back with still a defending of 83. That heading of 85 is going to sort you out if there's ever any corners coming in from your opponent, or he will also get up front to score goals of his own and get plenty of goals off Vermaelen in teams I've had in the past. So I know he's going to be beautiful for this team. We have Kabul as the other one. Now Kabul, again, similar to Vermaelen in the sense that he's got decent pace. He's actually faster than Vermaelen. He's slightly lower in all of the other attributes, but only by a small amount. Defending 80, heading 83. He's still going to be a good defender. He's still going to be good at making those headers. Now I know what you're thinking. 2 Spurs players on the right, 2 Arsenal players on the left. How are they going to get along? Well, luckily it's a computer game and they don't know that they're rivals, so that's fantastic. Right, so we'll go straight to the middle of the pitch. In the middle of the pitch I have someone that I consider to be a bit of a hero on FIFA. It's only old Fellaini. Look at that afro. Yeah, he's good all-round stats. He can support the attack, he can support the defence. I have him in the middle, as you'll see, I have him in the middle as my sort of more defensive midfielder, and the other 2 centre mids are a bit more attacking in focus. However, that's not to say Fellaini doesn't like to get stuck in. Even though his shooting's only 67, he has been known to score a lovely long shot. Let's see who else we've got in the middle. On this side, I will be putting Kagawa. I absolutely love Kagawa. I think he's properly underrated as well. Look at him, he's got 83 pace, which is pretty good for a centre mid. His dribbling is 88, so you want to be looking at this guy, getting the ball at the back, somewhere just in front of the centre backs, maybe getting a layoff from, Fellaini or Walker, then, making his own little charge and doing a through ball through to the striker. He's a pretty good player. I'm liking this guy at the moment. On the left hand side of the centre mids, I've gone for Ramirez. Pretty much same story as Kagawa over here. He's 88 pace, he's 82 dribbling, he's got good passing, he's got decent defending, so we can go back if we need it. But again, I see him more as an attacking sort of player. Good thing about these centre mids is really they're going to be everywhere on the pitch, and that's the benefit of this particular formation. Now I know what you're thinking. I told you that there was a better left winger than Oxlade-Chamberlain. Better than the Ox, you say? Absolutely. Now this is the one where I spent all the money, really. You can probably guess it is from that comment. I've only gone and got Eden Hazard. When he's not kicking ball boys, he's scoring goals for me. He's got 90 pace, he's got 90 dribbling. That means he's beaten nearly all of the right backs in this game. He has on his side as well pretty decent shooting, fantastic passing. I want to see this guy passing through to the striker. I want to see this guy cutting in and scoring those long shots. I want to see him charge into the box of his own accord. In fact, I want to see him do that really annoying trait that winds me out when it happens to me, but I love it when I do it myself, where you get him right to the goal line and then kick it back so that your striker can head it in. And it's just lovely when you get something like that off. Right wing, we've got someone else from Europe. We got Ben Arthur. Now this Newcastle winger, I never used to like him, but something's happened recently. I figured out how to play with him. He's a right winger, but he's got the strongest left foot in this game, I swear. You get him right on the edge of the area, you cut him right inside, he can beat most people with a 86 dribbling, 83 pace, and you just get him to shoot with that left foot, and it's absolutely beautiful. He smashes it in the top corner every time. Can't think of anyone I'd rather have in that position. And up front I've gone for... Why does it always happen to me? It's only Balotelli. This is Manchester City Balotelli, so that he can fit in with the team. I don't know what it is about the Serie A version. He's got to like 40k. I know people are obviously excited about getting him in their Serie A team, but this guy, exactly the same stats. As far as I'm aware, exactly the same stats. If I was... I suppose if you've got a Serie A team, you might want to use, attacking midfielders like Hamsik and Schneider. That might be the reason. But, for my Premier League team, this is the fella. Very cheap as well. Look, only cost me 14,500. Absolutely loving it. This is my team. Let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know what players you would get in this team. Now, try and keep it to the same sort of budget that I've used. I'm going to tot it up how much I spent to make this team. I'll put it in the description below and in the title of the video. Anyway, you've been looking at... I've called these fellas Swags Heroes in my Gold Swagger FC team. My name's Dan. Rate, comment and subscribe. I love you all like my own children. Auf Wiedersehen.